Hey guys, it's me, Miss Mills, and the whole point of this video is to review how to multiply and divide fractions. So after you watch this video, you should be able to finish the last 20 questions of your Review Fractions worksheet. So again, once you finish that, you need to go into Google Classroom, type in all of your answers in the Review Fractions worksheet Google slide, okay, and then turn that into me. As well as you need to either take a picture or scan either the PDF file that you did your work on or a scrap piece of paper that you worked on and send that to me as well. That way I know that you did the work by yourself. Now, if you can't figure out how to do that, make sure you get a hold of me so we can figure something out, all right? But let's get started. So if you don't have your Review Fractions worksheet out, I recommend you pausing the video and getting that out right now because we're going to get started. So the first question we're going to go to, I'm going to pull it directly from our assignment. It's going to be question 21. So let's go to number 21. All right. Now it says it's going to be 3 and 1/6, and we're going to multiply that by -4 over 9. Okay. So first things first is we need to make this into an improper fraction. So let's do that real quick. Okay. So first things first is we need to multiply 3 by 6. So 3 times 6. And that's going to be 18. And then we're going to add that 18 by 1. So 18 plus 1 is going to be 19. So 19 is going to be our numerator now. And we're going to keep the same denominator. The denominator was 6. So we're going to bring that down as well. Okay? So let's erase some of this because it's getting a little messed it up. All right, let's go back. So now our improper fraction is 19 over 6. We're going to multiply that by -4/9. Now this is where multiplication is actually pretty easy for fractions because when you're adding or subtracting, you have to get the same denominators. You have to get the exact same number for these numbers right here. But for multiplication, you don't have to do that. All you have to do is multiply across. You have to multiply the numerators together and multiply the denominators together to get the answer. So let's go ahead and do that, all right? So 19 times -4 is going to be -76. 6 times 9 is going to be 54. So here's that answer, but we can reduce this, and we know we can reduce them because they're both even numbers, so we know we can at least reduce it by 2. So let's divide the numerator and the denominator by 2. So -76 divided by 2, I'm going to write this down real quick, is going to be -38, okay? And then 54 divided by 2 is going to be 27. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be our answer. When we are multiplying, all we have to do is multiply across, and then we have to reduce to get the lowest fraction that we can get. So the answer to number 21 is going to be -38 over 27. Okay, let's do one more of that, of multiplying. So let's go ahead and go to number 25. Number 25, okay? So this is going to be -7 over 6. We're going to multiply that by -4/3, okay? So again, with multiplication, we just have to multiply across. So the numerator times the numerator, or -7 times the -4, is going to be a positive 28, all right? Because a negative times a negative is always going to be positive, okay? We'll get into that more later on in the year. And then 6 times 3 is going to be 18. Now again, this fraction can be reduced, so let's go ahead and do that. 28 and 18 are both even numbers, so we know that they can both at least be reduced by 2. So let's divide both by 2. And 28 divided by 2 is going to be 14. And 18 divided by 2 is going to be 9. So our answer is going to be 14 over 9. Now let's say we wanted to make this improper fraction into a mixed number. Now again, this is not necessary because I'm going to take both, but if you want to, you can absolutely do this. So first thing we need to figure out, how many times does 9 go into 14? Well, 9 only goes into 14 one time because 9 times 2 is 18. 18 is bigger than 14. So we know 9 goes into 14 only one time. So that's going to be our number right there. So then we just have to subtract 14 by 9 because, again, 9 only goes into 14 one time. So we only have to subtract 14 by 9. And 14 minus 9 is 5. And then we keep the same denominator, which is going to be 9. So I will take both answers, 14 over 9, and I will also take 1 and 5/9. All right, let's move on to dividing. I want red this time. Okay, now the big thing about dividing fractions is that you have to keep this in mind. KCF, okay? KCF means keep, change, and then flip. Okay? Keep, change, flip. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. So let's go ahead and do number 32. Let's do number 32. Okay? So number 32 is -6 and 3/4. There we go. And we're going to divide that by 5 and 1/5. So again, what we need to do here is we need to we got to make improper fractions. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So -6 and 3/4. First thing we need to do is multiply 6 by 4. So 6 by 4 is 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. It's going to be -24 plus 3. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. -24 plus 3 is going to be -21. And then we keep the same denominator, it's going to be 4. And then 5 times 5 is going to be 25. Then we're going to add that by 1 because we're going to take that number and add it by the numerator. So it's going to be 26. So we're going to divide -21 over 4 by 26 over, keeping the denominator, over 5. Okay? So let's erase some of this real quick, and let's get started with this problem. So again, with dividing fractions, is we need to keep, change, and flip. All right? So what that means is that we are going to keep this fraction right here. We're going to keep -21 over 4. We're going to change this symbol right here to a multiplication sign. And then we're going to flip the second fraction. So we're going to take the reciprocal. So all we literally are going to do is we're going to flip it. So it's going to be 5 over 26. And now we basically just have a multiplication problem. Sorry about that. So all we have to do is multiply across. -21 times 5 is going to be -105. And 26 times 4 is going to be 104. And there you go, we have our answer. So again, with dividing fractions, we have to use the keep, change, flip method to take a division problem and turn it into a multiplication problem, and it makes it so much easier. All right, let's do one more. This time I want to do green. I want to do green. All right, let's do one more problem. Let's do number 37. Okay, so this is 1/2. We're going to divide it by 7 over 10. All right, divided by 7 over 10. So again, we're doing the keep, change, flip method. All right, so let's drop this one right here, keeping it the exact same. We're going to change this symbol to multiplication, and we're going to take the reciprocal of this. We're going to flip this. So let's drop it down real quick. It's going to be 10 over 7 now. We're going to flip it. Okay, so then we're just going to multiply across. 1 times 10 is going to be 10. And 7 times 2 is going to be 14. Both 10 and 14 can be divided by 2 because they're both even numbers. So let's reduce 10 and 14. Let's divide both by 2. So 10 divided by 2 is going to be 5. And 14 divided by 2 is going to be 7. So that will be our answer for number 37. Is 5 over 7 is the answer to number 37. There you go. So that's all I'm going to do today. If y'all have any more questions, feel free to ask me. Feel free to email me, send me a message on Google Classroom, whatever. We will figure this out together. And if y'all have some issues throughout the week, I'll make sure to make more videos to do more examples so I can help y'all out. Y'all have a great day, and remember it's a beautiful day, and I'll see y'all soon.